you make money. I'll tell you about that later. Now, I also call them the daddy of all trades instead of the jack of all trades. I mean, they sell some kind of code signing service that I don't even know what it is. And I've been doing this since the beginning of the commercial internet. I've never heard of it before. I don't know anyone that uses it or what it even does. It has something to do with supposedly giving people confidence in your downloads. But like I say, I never heard of it. And in my shopping cart system, Kickstart Cart takes care of that kind of stuff. They sell email marketing. Again, this is something like my shopping cart and other companies do really well at a professional level. Most of the reviews overall at GoDaddy say they target beginners, like I said earlier. So beginners to me means they don't know what they're doing and they're very susceptible to hypesters. Again, focusing on some ridiculous benefits while keeping you in the dark about how their software and services couldn't hold a candle if compared to professional grade internet tools. Now, I'm not trying to tell a beginner to spend a fortune on professional grade tools they will never even learn how to use. But I do want to teach them to use quality tools that can get the job done that the beginner doesn't even understand what the job is yet. Now, that's one of the values of my mentor program. I don't even allow one of my students to spend any money unless they ask me first. One thing I can say about the people at GoDaddy and thousands of other internet tool developers is that they are usually good copywriters, and they can make a piece of dog poop look like you must have it or your business is going to fail. I'm telling you to guard your wallet. So there are much better tools for email marketing available. Now, another section I want to talk to you about is don't buy stuff you don't need or understand. I've been joking for years that at GoDaddy, you go to buy a $2 domain name and your bill is $400 by the time you check out, all right? Now, let me read you a quote from moneyinc.com/GoDaddy. I'll have the link in the show notes for you. This is, and I quote, "You need to watch out for their overselling practices. It's apparent that GoDaddy is in the habit of overselling products and services, even if all you're interested in is a domain name. They're constantly trying to sell domain extensions that are not necessary by the majority of users. These include .info, .net, and .org. They also push add-ons for promoting extra services to go along with your domain name." Unquote. That was Money Inc. Wait, what was it? Hold on. Let me check my notes here. That was moneyinc.com/GoDaddy. Now, I've never personally bought anything but the basic domain, and I don't do any of the add-ons. Occasionally, I may do a multi-year purchase, but that's about it. I've only bought a few domains at GoDaddy, and I have no problem with you buying domains there so long as you don't get sucked into buying a bunch of things you don't need. For instance, it's cheaper to have a post office box that you can use for lots of purposes than to pay extra for private domain name purchases. You're also making it harder on people to offer you to buy your domain if you ever want to sell it. And I've had lots of ideas that I felt I would develop, so I bought the domain, but later got rid of it because I just never got around to developing the idea, or I came to my senses. I realized it was a dumb idea in the first place. But if nobody knew how to find me, if they were interested in the domain name, they'd have to go through the service, and then I'd have to pay a commission and all this stuff. So I get a darn post office box. And by the way, you don't actually own domain names. I don't know if you realize that. It's not yours permanently. You register it on a yearly basis, or you can prepay it, I think, for up to 10 years, but it's not permanently yours. All right, next thing is customer support. Well, it used to be something I would even brag about. If a student came to me and they were already ingrained in GoDaddy, I'd say, oh, okay, well, at least if you have trouble, you can get somebody on the phone, they can help you. Yeah, and they were great. They could, fix anything that with regard to their service. But lately, I've heard that has been sliding considerably. Maybe they're blaming